Hey, good morning, friends. I'm in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I'm at Lake Tuscaloosa. I've never been here before, but let me see if you can get that in there. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm getting ready to do a podcast with a group called A Stronger Faith. You can find them on YouTube. Last I checked, 100,000 followers. I'm going to be telling them a number of stories, supernatural things that have happened in my life. And one of them is, I just want to share this with you because you may not see the podcast, although I'd invite you to do it when it's out, and I'll send you a notice when it's ready. But one of the things I'm going to tell them is this. When I was in my early 20s, I was a young copier salesman in Canada, and I was afraid to talk to people. I mean, I could talk one-on-one, I could do that. But talking to a group of like 3 or 4 people, that was just scary to me. And I would go into the office before a meeting, just like I am right now. I'm not in the office, but I'm getting ready for a meeting, and I came here to pray. I always want to seek God and know what His will is and what His intention is and what He wants out of something. And I went to the demo room early before the official work hours started, and I was just praying, just like I did for my day. And I was just walking and praying, and I had a vision. I don't want to make it sound too hyper spiritual, but I saw myself speaking in an arena with thousands of people, and it wasn't church, it was business. And I thought about that. It scared me. I'm not one of these people that, boy, one day I'm going to be speaking to thousands of people, everybody's going to know my name. No, not me, not that guy. No aspiration for such a thing. Like, it just did not have any appeal to me at all. I was afraid of it. So that was in the 70s. I don't know, 78 maybe, something like that, whatever year it was, I'm not sure. And what do you do with that? Well, I just tucked it away. Then fast forward, I don't know, let me think about it. 28 years, I think, something like that. I'm in Panama, the nation of Panama. I'm there because God invited me to go to Panama because He wanted to show me something, and I went. And when I went, I discovered something amazing, which led to numerous trips and a book called Rainforest Strategy, the planet's most successful business model, and a lot of other things. And so when I came back to this country, I landed in Miami at the airport, and I was driving back to Sarasota where I lived. I checked with my office, and I called Cheryl, and Cheryl said, "You got a message from Get Motivated Seminars. They invited you to speak at some of their events out in Los Angeles." And then I said, "Oh, that's interesting." She said, "Don't worry, I already accepted. You're going." And so I flew out there, a couple weeks later, whenever it was, and spoke at the first event, a couple thousand people there. And then the next event was like the next day, and I'm in an arena, and I'm backstage, like just behind the curtain, so to speak. They're getting ready to announce me. And I turned to the lady that's going to, kind of guiding me through the path. I said, "By the way, how many folks are in this meeting?" She said, "There's about 5,500. And it was only at that very moment that I realized that I'm at a business seminar. I'm a speaker with thousands, because the word was like 5,000, even more, maybe even 10,000, but 5,000 or more people in the arena. And there I am about to go on the stage with 5,500 people. I was like, wow, this is that was spoken of back in the 70s. And here it is, probably, I don't know, I have to think about it, 2008, 9, 10, no, 8, probably 2008, something like that. I don't remember exactly. It could have been 2005, but it was a while later anyways. And so then I had this rush of emotion, like, oh my God, Lord, that thing you showed me those years ago, it really happened. And the thing is, I didn't do anything to make it happen. I didn't aspire to it. I'd forgotten about it, wasn't thinking of it. And I'm telling you that because I want you to understand that God has a plan for your life. Don't ever doubt it. Don't ever doubt He has a plan for your life. Let me just take you back just a little bit. I got to tell you something about this. I got a few minutes here. But it was back in the 90s. And I had a company called Hidden Manna Publishing. And we were having a little bit of a struggle. And we were selling the company. We'd had 5 or 6 offers, actually from the same company. But we were in the negotiation stage. And as we were negotiating that, it was pretty stressful. And stressful because My wife, whom I was married to, she's passed away since then, but her son was killed in a car wreck, and she went on a tailspin, and it was a very difficult time. And our business, I threw myself into sales of the books and things, and revenue went up and receivables went out the door. It was a tough time. But anyways, so I'm in that, and one morning, early in the morning, I don't know, 5 o'clock, 4:30, who knows, Jesus Christ comes and stands beside me, beside my head at the bed. And I see him there, white robe, blue sash, and he says to me, I have meat to eat that you know not of. Now, in case you don't know this, in the Bible, Jesus is saying, he says that same thing. They said something about bread. He said, I have meat to eat that you know not of. And he said, my meat is to do the will of God. And what I knew was that Jesus was saying to me, son, I have something for you to do you have no idea about. And here it was years later. That was in, that was in 1992. So another 15 years later, approximately, is when I step onto that stage with thousands of people. Didn't angle for it, didn't work for it, didn't try for it, didn't apply for it. It just happened. It's like Peter Daniels once told me, he's the illiterate bricklayer that taught himself to read and write after he got born again at a Billy Graham crusade in 1959 and became a multi-zillionaire. And he told me, it just seemed like I was in a movie, like everything just happened. He didn't have to make it happen. I mean, he worked hard to get certain things, but opportunities arose like you would not believe. And I'm telling you, that happened. And so the moral of the story, I got so much to say, but the moral of the story is you don't have to work to make God's will happen. He loves you. He has a plan for you. Your job is to commune with him, to stay in step with him, to say yes when he's leading you, pay attention to what he's offering you, be mindful of what he's prepared for you, spend time in his word, be instant in season and out. You'll find out what the will of God is. You'll step into it. You don't have to plan it. You don't have to try to make it happen. Just trust God and watch what he does. All right, friends. God bless you. I got to head to the podcast. Bye-bye for now.